Hey there everybody, Mazrock here, and today I am doing, this is the first of my quick 5-minute guides for Dragonflight, where, what to expect, Temple of the Jade Serpent, Mythic Plus. This is a reworked Mists of the Pandaria dungeon to add more count, add more dungeon, add more mobs, to make it 100% and actually make it last a little bit longer. This timer is insanely lenient. There's some things that you need to know, so I'm not going to be going in depth. I will be doing that in commentary videos in the future. But I do want to cover the basics and, kind of get people acquainted with the dungeon a little bit more and work things out that way, what to look out for, what are problem packs, what are problem pulls, and things like that. So please do like, comment, subscribe. We are destroying that 5K goal. Like 120 left for the end of the year. You guys are just smashing. Let's do this. There is a Patreon link down below if you wish to support me directly, a Teespring link down below if you want stuff like I'm the Healer Now hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeves, as well as some other shirts shown on screen now. Discord link and a Twitch link down below if you wish to support me directly. So let's get into it. So right off the bat, when Temple of the Jade Serpent starts, you're going to be going to the left into the water area, I guess. There are a couple of problem packs that you're going to want to look out for. There is a caster there that does Hydro Lance and Tidal Burst. While Hydro Lance should be interrupted, Tidal Burst is absolutely the priority kick there. And then you're going to get three new mobs here. You're going to get 2 of the Hydro Lance casters and 1 of the Corrupted Living Waters. The Living Waters do hurt, but there's not a whole lot you can do about it, aside from just healer check through it, use defensives and things like that. You just want to make sure that those Tidal Bursts are constantly getting kicked, because they do hurt the whole party a lot. In testing this, I have seen it just gets it gets worse when those are not when those are not kicked. The Tidal Bursts are absolutely your priority kick. And then we get to the first boss. This is a little bit of a reworked first boss, by the way. There's no ad scene, he's not summoning 3 or 4 corrupting living waters. You just get right into it. So please do note that. He does cast Hydro Lance, which is kickable. There are platforms there that you do want to stand on, because the water will shoot up and deal damage. And then there will be some aerial denial that's going to occur as well, which is mainly a DPS debuff that they place elsewhere. And then he does Wash Away. Wash Away, he will just do an entire disintegration beam cast totally around while shooting up water. You do not want to get hit by this Wash Away cast. It hurts a lot. I have seen many people die to it. Do not do that. Aside from that, this is a pretty straightforward fight. Stay out of the area denial. Stay out of the water where you can. Watch out for shooting waters and Wash Away. Stay out of it. It's basically just stand behind him when he starts casting it, and then figuring out which way he's going, and then just walk around. It's really not complicated, but it does require you to move your feet. And but there's not a whole lot of tank damage or anything incoming here. Up next, we go to the other side of the dungeon, where we start pulling things like Haunting Shaws and certain animals. Like here we have the Talking Fish. Haunting Shaws have a priority kick with Haunting Scream. This is a group fear that will fire everybody off into different directions, pulling a lot more. If this does not get kicked, this can be pretty bad. Warriors, in Pugs, this is actually a pretty decent time to spec into your group anti-fear with Berserker Rage, but you can go along with it. Then we keep going down to the next boss, which is a dual boss. What you do is you DPS 1 at a time and you go through. There's a little bit of roleplay that has to occur, but that's fine. The timer is incredibly lenient. So what's going to happen is you guys are going to choose a boss to DPS down first. Some do left, some do right. I haven't seen a uniform way of doing this yet. One is going to grow very large, and he is going to become immune. The other one's going to shrink down, and he is, he's going to be attackable. And then you're just going to swap off back and forth. Just make sure that you keep threat on each. It's really not too complicated. They do swap back and forth. I don't know if we're going to be getting any of the other bosses from Temple. It does seem like this is the only one we've ever tested, so it does look like this is what we're getting. Up next, we do have a problem pack, and I hate these trees into oblivion, by the way. first pull that I do in the main temple room is I actually pull them back because there are rotating packs. There are those Haunting Sha fears. It's very easy to pull the whole room and get into a lot of trouble if you don't know what you're doing in a pug setting. Then we have Liu Flameheart. Liu Flameheart does a massive tank debuff called Jade Serpent Kick that is a healer issue, but this is a good time for you to use defensives. In the plus 15 that we did, that thing would literally crush me as a tank. Like, the healing debuff was like 80% of my health. And then lastly, we get into the Sha of Doubt. I do want to cover Liu Flameheart a little bit more in another video. Do note, this is a pretty easy tank and spank fight. There's ads that are going to come up. This is where you want to save your cooldowns, especially as a tank, to help anything you can do to get through that ad phase, because any ad that survives through that phase, there's group damage that goes on. Aside from that, the boss puts a debuff onto a random player. This is a really easy tank fight. You basically just sit there, stay out of the debuff zones, and just fight. Really, there's nothing insanely complicated about that at all. Overview for Temple of the Jade Serpent. Thoughts, all that fun stuff. This is an insanely fun dungeon. Very quick, crazy lenient timer if you've got any wipes or anything, which is probably going to be on the third boss, which is something I'm going to be covering in more depth in another video. But just do note that Jade Serpent Kick is an insane debuff on the tank that needs to be healed through. So your healer needs to be ready for it, and so do you. Aside from that, there's quite a bit of movement on that fight with area denial with the waves and stuff that come out. But this is a really, really fun dungeon. I'm really excited that this is actually in the pool for Season 1. I wasn't sure about it when I was in it, but I really, really loved it. It was a lot of fun, and I kind of just want to keep going with it. And this is going to be definitely a banger hit for Season 1 Dragonflight. Aside from that, thank you very much. Thank you to my patrons. Videos like this cannot occur without your guys' love and support. Happy tanking.